line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank.
And hello again, everyone, and welcome back here to PTM Racing TV, where we are now just tuning in for the first time here at USA International Speedway's Dirt Racing Series. We are live here with PTM Dirt Series here, round 4 of 6, live, of course, from the grandstand here in USA International Speedway. Hi again, everyone. I'm Christian Crusader Shriver. Here's how our track tech talks looking for the evening here as we're getting set up, presented by, of course, Pottlez Wrapz, as the Heat number 1 drivers are coming to the stage here to line up into their individual positions here. So let's get down to business as we always do. Here's how we play it out. Tyler Hagwood will start him on the pole. Derek Pope in the 00 to his outside. Run number 2, it's going to be the 2 of Brian Stang to his outside. It's the 7 of Sydney the Closer Taylor. Run number 3, Warren Young, the number 1 to his outside. Sean Tell the Throttle Bottle, your final starter on the field here for heat number 1. So we'll line them up in their individual order. Currently Hagwood, the only driver to win on the series here. They are trying to take this man down, trying to defeat his what is unbeaten so far in the series here. Lining up in their runs into their zones. They are all and now we're looking them through here, looking to set them up. Can I get them out of turn 4? Pace truck will come on in and lead them away in here, and they're running them through here. We are ready to go green flag racing here as we are off the line and through the chicane. Down out of turn 2 they go here out of the gate here. Hagwood has the early advantage there in the 0-2. He will have the early start and try to hold off that 00 there of Derek Pope, who leads it into position, trying to fight his way up and up out, trying to hang in there with him. Pope looking to try to defeat what has not been beaten yet, but Brian Stang, the City Chevrolet, decides he wants to try to be that guy as they run this amazingly long, hard turn course. Not like Knoxville in this case, but it's very similar, if you will, in link to how Knoxville runs around here. We'll talk more about this in a minute, as you got drivers just all over the place, either the bottom, the middle, or the high ground, tagging that wall in, trying desperately not to get too wrapped up or too in trouble zone. But it's easier said than done around here, especially the way this field is, and Hagwood's already got a huge lead up on the drivers here. He's currently just moving his way through and has his own running position. Still, though, it is early here as we go on board with Warren Young, trying to build some momentum there on their run. Marching him down to the field here out of turn 3 into 4. Still, Derek Pope and Stang have a huge battle for second place here. Pope and Stang throwing up a haymaker to a solid fight between these two. Coming around that corner. Oh, that could have been a little treacherous there for the 00 and the 2. They kept it clear out of that area, but man, that's one thing you're going to see a lot of here tonight. Is just the overwhelming feel of momentum and key that is going to be pushed through on those straights and on those turns. Those turns are very flat and basic, if you will, compared to what you usually would see for some dirt tracks around here. Of course, from Florida, you know there's always Volusia down there as well, and you got a few other dirt tracks out here that are well known and regarded, but Volusia is kind of the main one everybody likes to talk about on the circuit when it comes to the iRacing community. We'll have a main event coming our way here at the very end of this one here, but we have one heat to get through and then another to complete. And so far as we are scrutining them through here, you see Chantel Throttle Foul just trying to build some momentum up and get something going, falling way behind from the pack here. Still about 5 laps to go here as they are marching down the field, fronting them through, back them on by, into their corners, into the zones. Brian Stang seems to have this one kind of dialed in on that middle ground there. There are 2 layers of play you can really work in when they don't burn up, and that's the bottom and the middle. But we're going to tell you right now, the hardest part about running either line is the overwhelming consistency you have to have in that throttle rhythm and throttle control. It is so easy to make a big mistake and to make a big jump up around there and not realize that as we go on board here with Hagwood. You can see that black slick up area there. That means the track has been burnt in and completely destroyed up. I talked with him earlier today and he said flat out, yeah man, this is not my best track, but this is a track though I still like to run and get to figure out a little more. And the way he's running right now, he is not a challenge at all. He is unopposed from the drivers. Started up front, started in the lead, hasn't really looked back since. Cindy the Closer Taylor there in the 7, trying to hang with him, trying to build something up there. As she moves that old grill car, number 7. Love the flames on it. That's a pretty sweet looking ride, I gotta admit up front. Feeling a little hot under the collar, a little hot under the grill, and right now still falling behind. She's in 6th place right now to Warren Young. Or excuse me, 5th place. Chantel in 6th, and then Cindy right behind her. Derek Pope and Stang still kind of at a little bit of a battle here as the white flag is about to come out here now as they field it around out of turn 4. White flag is out now for the drivers here. Leading in down to the corner zones once more here. They will bring them back around one more time by there, coming to the end. It's going to be Tyler Hagwood out of turn 3 into 4. No issues here for the undefeated one. He is our heat number 1 winner. And a solid start for his night already. Will he be able to keep it? That will be the case here later on. And we'll see. A lot at stake for these guys and a lot going on as we take a look at our heat results here now. Up on the board, Hagwood takes this one home. Stagg 2nd, 3rd, Pope 4th to Young, 5th to Taylor, and Pottle gets 6th. Now we bring in the next round of drivers here. This is heat number 2 coming your way now here on the show. Let's see how this one plays out on the pole. It will be Dustin will be the 20 of Jeffrey Oakes. And then it heads outside. It will be Dustin Sonaker in the 66. Run number 2, it's going to be Joe Nettleman in the 40. It is outside. It's the Crusader, Christian Schreiber. Final starter, Matthew Hoffman, the 84. And Hofford, fun fact for you guys here, if you remember, this was where he finally capped off a losing streak and ended his long winless drought. Up on this track, exactly, and finally got his win he's been looking for all that season, all that time. He told us earlier that was one of the most proud moments of his life, but he said it was kind of overshadowed when he got that win in the Asphalt Series finally, when he won at the late models down at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and a crazy finish that can only be best described to just go and watch. That's the only thing we can say. Rock Whitehead joins us in saying, "What's up, PTM? Great to have you on board, buddy." Drivers are lining up into their position here. Heat number 2 is about to come your way. 10 laps in this one as well, and then it'll lead into the 40-car feature run-up. And that will set up for tonight's final race of round 4 of 6 in the main event. 11 drivers are packed with us here tonight. 11 want to try to come away and take something home. So much at stake and so much going down. There's obviously a lot that plays into the mindsets and all that. Matthew Hoffert saying, "Watching some good racing, keeping it dirty." Lead them back out of turn 4 this time by. We are ready to go green flag racing as they line them up in their positions evenly still. Wait for the green flag to fly. There's the camera. There's the green flag. We're back underway. Running through. Whoa, Nuttleman gets into the 66. They're right out of turn 2 already. A little bobble there. 3 wide they come out. The Crusader goes in the middle and manages to sneak by Sonaker and Hoffert. Nuttleman already on the offensive to try to make a big move. A little bobble there by Hoffert. Sonaker goes for a ride. Nuttleman goes for a ride as well and loses all control there out of turn 4. Oh my, all of a sudden the game completely changed up there for them, and now Jeffrey Oaks is all on his own. He's got nowhere to hide, nowhere to go, but he's got a solid run and a half here already for himself. To support our troops, number 20 right now just completely tagging it in and holding that line like it's nobody's business, just trying to stay away from the old Crusader himself. The Fox Racing 14 machine currently trying to make his way up there. Maybe trying to find himself a new grid or a little grit from Grid Finder, a little bit of help from the setup shop of Maconi, and maybe a little, and obviously he didn't need help from the designer because Pottlez Wrapz did that one up perfectly for him. As they charge their way down the field here, Matthew Hoffert, after that little bobble and incident earlier, he's trying desperately to build some momentum back up, trying to get something going for him. As Joe Nuttleman in the 4 Bass Pro Tracker Boats machine just starting to reel and deal around those corners and just trying to hold off some positions here. That was just a hard lick and a hard little hit that he took there, did Hoffert, but ever since then he's been just kind of consistently getting back in his zone and back in his position, trying to get up there with the drivers and trying to fight his way up into the zones once more. Still continuing their way through the field here. We are back on board here with Oaksy, and you can just see how wide, how dark, how deep that driver is driving the thing. What he's trying to do is he's trying to stay out of that black. He told us earlier today he legitimately hates this track for a multitude of reasons, but he said the main thing is that turn 3 and 4, and so far he hasn't had too many troubles with it. Although he did say it's only when they're fresh that he really has the most troubles, because there's a little part on that track that seems to always give him a bit of a fit and a bit of an issue. And he's currently doing everything he can to get up to Jeffrey Oaks, but Jeffrey Oaks and that Support Our Troops 20 machine has got the race lead all but locked up for himself right now, if he can just hold off here. Go on board here, and you can see right there, you see that little indentation there out of turn 3 into 4. That right there, folks, is what he was talking about, what he refers to, because when you try to corner in on that spot, it's a lot different than what it looks like when you're trying to corner in there in the grass here of turn 1 and 2, where it's a much smoother, straighter area, and you're not as tight and compact to the wall as you may think. And that's why he just legitimately hates that bottom side in that area of play, because it just can be big of a handful and a bit of troubles. And you see the damage there on Hoffert. Unfortunately, that's what's really slowing him up right now to get up to Nuttleman. Nuttleman right now just kind of staying quick and staying on the pace. Oaksy's another guy that has quite a few wins in the Asphalt Series, but I don't believe he has any wins in the Dirt Series. He's come so close and come pretty far, and he's put up some heck of a runs and fights, but just hasn't got that race winning yet. For Joe Nuttleman, that Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boats machine just currently hanging in there and doing what he can. So far with Hagwood completely dominating the season so far, it's been nothing but his game to lose and nothing but his chances to run. But again, there's still 2 races left after this, so anything really can happen. But at this point, if he wins tonight, it might just be game over for a lot of these folks because they're not going to have enough time to catch back up to him, really make any chances here. Final 2 laps now coming your way out of turn 4. Oaksy will make the charge to the white flag here as it comes on out. Shriver's still charging there. He's doing everything he can to get up there, but you can see Oaksy running a much different line than Shriver is there. Oaksy going more to the middle into the bottom area. Shriver's going sway wide to the right and trying to see if it'll get it to stick. You can hear that car actually hitting the rev limiter all the way to the red, and that thing is just digging in as much as he can, but it wasn't enough. Jeffrey Oaks is going to take this one home. He is heat number 2's winner here. And a solid win there for Oaksy gives him a little bit more of a boost in confidence going into the feature event. So now we're going to get ready to head up to our feature event here. But before we do here, folks, a little word to our sponsors over, of course, with our good friends there from Maconi Setup Shop. When you guys need the best and fastest setups around, there's no better way to go with Maconi Setup Shop. Be sure to visit them up their website, MaconiSetupShop.com, to find the right setup for your next race. By Pottlez Wrapz, the best and most affordable livery designer on the market. If you want your vehicle to match your style on the track, visit Pottlez Wrapz for just that. And by, of course, our good friends over at Grid Finder. The best way to find a new league: filter your search by race day, geographical region, gaming platform, racing sim, and car class. Need a broadcaster or livery designer? Search Grid Finder, the home of online racing. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. The drivers are ready up for this one. Big main event coming your way now. The final race of the night. This is the main event of the evening here. This is round 4 of 6 to be exact here, and this one may be a big understatement when it comes to the amount of pressure that is on for these drivers and what they're going to have to deal with here just to even get to this point. Well, they're ready to go out of here, and they're lining up in their positions, and now they will take them across and take them about. Start them on the pole. Tyler Hagwood in the 0-2 to his outside. It will be Jeffrey Oaks in the 20. Run number 2, it's going to be Brian Stang in the 2. Outside of him is the Crusader, Christian Shriver. Row 3 is Derek Pope in the 0-0 to his outside. It will be Warren Young. It will be the 4, Joe Nuttleman. Row 4 is going to be Warren Young, and then to his outside it will be Matthew Hoppert in the 84. Next row on back, Cindy the Closer Taylor and Dustin Sonaker in the 66. Final starter, Chantel the Throttle Pottle in the 5. Here we go, folks. They are set. They are lined up into position. They are ready to make their charge and make their case known as it is time for the parade lap. You see the crowd up on their feet, just ready and anxiously trying to figure out who will be the guy or gal that will win this one. And there is a season title on the line really at stake here. If someone can't take down Hagwood tonight. He's won 3 of the last races. He's won all 3 races, I should say, out of the entire season so far. He's undefeated since making his appearance up on the show. A lot of the guys and gals earlier told me, especially Derek Pope, said it's just a matter of time before he finally gets his. And Cindy the Closer Taylor said, you know, we've been trying to look for that race win, trying to get that first win in, but man, she got that win in on Sunday night, and a big victory for her, finally ending her curse. We'll see if maybe she can continue the hot streak here. Jeffrey Oaks is still looking to end his dirt curse and try to get a win here as they pace him around on the front stretch. Here we go. The green flag flies. We're underway. As they will swing him around out of turn 1 into 2. A little bit of a bobble there. 3-4 wide slope. They're coming out of turn 2 already. Oh my. 4 wide slope. Oh no. Jeffrey Oaks unfortunately tags the 0-0. Wait, what happened to Warren Young there? Holy smokes. And Warren Young unfortunately gets tagged in there as well. The front end completely destroyed. Caution comes out for the first time tonight. Well, I'm not so sure what happened exactly there or what went down there, but When we go and take a look at this replay, I think we'll see quite a bit of what happened here. That was a hard lick and a half there for Warren Young and Derek Pope. We'll go on board here with Warren and see what went wrong. There's a 3-wide, 4-wide slope there. See Oaksy get tagged. Jordan gets tagged and that, and nowhere to go. And unfortunately, the trouble set in early on for Warren. He's heading down to pit road right now, trying to get that car fixed up. See if he has something for later on here. Field backs him on by right now. They are finally getting back double file, restarting here, and you see Warren Young already taken care of there. Is he going to get his lap back after that little caution incident he had? So that will set up the next roundabout of our run here tonight. A little another race in his zone. Still a lot at stake. You see Jeffrey Oaks still trying to put some damper and some booting up to that 0-2 of Hagwood. I don't know. I mean, they said earlier on it was Hagwood's time to come, but is it really? I mean, consider this. Hagwood has just been a fast cat. He just seems to be just able to hold his consistency and hold his line out there. That seems to be the thing everyone's been struggling against. Oaksy's been throwing up some heavy makers and some good runs. Crusader has done what he can as well, but the 14 just has not had a chance to really do what he usually does up on the dirt. The Ford Nuttleman definitely made a surprise appearance, really, with how he's been handling himself and how he's been running out there. And then, of course, you can't count out the old favorites like Cindy Taylor and Matthew Hoffer to be in that hunt. And Chantel Throttle Pottle definitely upgrading her run this season, and Dustin Swinniger finally returning to the season. There is a lot of drivers just massively looking to improve every time out there, looking to get better each week and every time as they situate themselves through, waiting for the green flag to fly out. We are back underway. The green flag comes on out. Corners it in right out of the gate, and Crusader goes right down the bottom. He's hunting down Hagwood already, and Oaksy goes the outside line. Tries to stay out of the trouble zone. Oh, and a little bit of rumble there, a little bumble there on the Ford Nuttleman from Oaksy as Hoffer now starts to clean house. Moving their way through the field. Chantel way up into the wall protection now, turn 4, but it seems to be holding up okay as they come down around out of turn 4. Nearly a 3-wide slope there initiated between them. Derek Pope there moving the chains in the 0-0 up back to Cindy the Closer Taylor as the 5 of Chantel and the 1 of Warren Young almost right into it. Into the wall protection goes the 5 once again. The 2 of Darren Stang, season opening, or Brian Stang I should say, season opening, looking for a run. Looking to challenge his way into position and move ahead of the field, trying to hang in there with them. The 0-2 has a pretty good lead up already, up on the 14. Hagwood trying to stay away from Shriver. Shriver's trying to get something going there in those corners in 2 completely different lines. And you can see that rear steer. You see that steering right there. That's swayed more to the right than you usually see for Shriver. I'm not sure. Maybe he's just trying to do that to get the car more set up, or if he's trying to actually run it a little deeper into the corners and get it to power slide. That's one thing that you really see a lot of on this track, is a lot of folks do not know that when you're running on fresh surface to then when you're running on the broken stuff, you need to really try to figure a way to get the power slide to go. And the way to get a power slide is to get the right side to almost just sway way to the right and hold it as you go into those corners. Whereas in asphalt, it's the complete opposite. You want the entire left side to stay in rhythm and stay to the ground, and just let the right side kind of take the beating as you continue to keep it straight as can be in those corners and turns, allowing for fast-paced moves and action. Third is just a completely different animal when it comes to that kind of situation and kind of stuff, and right now they all know it. Moving their way through the field, out of turn 3 into 4. There you see the support our troops. Number 20 of Oaksy just dealing with that 0-0 of Derek Pope, all the 1 of Warren Young, who another driver that told us a while back he just legitimately hates this track as well. Nobody seems like USA International, man. We talked to them, and they said they didn't like any of it. Oh no! Oh no! And just like that, unfortunately, Warren Young gets tagged in there, had nowhere to go. Derek Pope tags, gets a little bump there from him, and then Stang finishes the job. Caution comes out. Caution is out, and we're going to try to hit it up to the PTM Instant Replay and see what exactly happened there in that case. But that was definitely not the run that I think he was looking for there in that corner. We'll take it to the sky cam here. The blimp cam is up and running. Here's another look at it from another angle. Run it through. You can just see how deep they have to corner off and how they're trying to hold that line through that grass. We'll talk more about that in just a second. But Warren Young, man, just kind of got the raw end of that deal and sets himself back into position here a little bit. But that will line them back up into their zone and back into their runs here, and we will set them back up for another chance at glory, or just to try to hold out this one here at this point. But I'm not gonna lie down there, folks, they are struggling to hold on to this track and really keep it at play. USA is not an easy track by any means there. That's one thing a lot of people keep forgetting, is that when you're running this track for the first time, it is extremely easy to misconcept it as like another track with the dirt stocks or the street stocks, where you basically just have one line to hold onto and hit, and you can get as fast as you can there. That's completely opposite here. You have to make sure you can hit up multiple lines in multiple areas and get it to stick down there. Otherwise, it's going to hurt you later on. As the green flag now pops back out, we're back underway. Still halfway more to go here as we take it down into turn 1 into 2. Hagwood has the bottom line there, and Shriver right now is trying to get something going on the outside line, back in through there once they go. Field will work them through here. Derek Pope there getting a little bit of a push to the double zero, from the double zeros end to the 5 of Chantel, trying to hold out a little bit. Hofford right in that area as well. These guys and gals just getting so loose off those corners and having all sorts of issues. Not really sure if that may just be the way the track is developing or it's burning up, but it's definitely getting harder to hold the line out there, it looks like. And you can just see how uneven and wobbly it is to keep those cars on line. Yeah, I thought they were at Williams Grove right now, because that track is way worse when it comes to trying to hold a line there with these dirt stocks. And a 3 wide situation Surround down out of turn 4 here. A big run there from Cindy the Closer Taylor in the King Sport. In the King's 4, number 7. Sideways down, and big run there from Derek Copley into trouble territory and gets slammed into the wall there of Oaksey. Chantel goes for right in the wall. Man, hard lick and a half. Caution comes out. Caution is out once again. Now we're going to take another look at that one here and see where the trouble went and where it all went down at. We're taking it to the blimp cam. Here we go. I think we might have to use this camera more often around here. I think I'm starting to like it a little more. Here is the PTM Instant Replay in all of its glory, and apparently the producer still can't figure out how to take care of overlays around here. 3 wide out of turn 4. Oaksey corners in it pretty close there. Let's see where the run came from here. A little tap there to Oaksey into the grass. Slider pushed up from Pope, gets into Oaksey. Chantel tries to save it, ends up getting tagged in there by Pope, and then bam! Oh. Even the camera guy was getting a little bit woozy in there. He's like, wait a minute, what's going on down there? So now the drivers are set back up into their position, trying to get a restart zone going for them. Still a lot of time here for these guys and gals. Everyone trying to do their own thing, trying to get themselves situated through. Fixed up. Now remember, folks, these guys and gals do have the drivers, they do have repairs set up for themselves to get cars fixed up quickly. Not going to say how many they get, but they are allowed a pretty good number of them, because a lot of them are rookies or just amateurs trying to figure out how to get to the bigger stuff. Tyler Baker saying howdy in the chat. How you doing, buddy? Great to have you on board, sir, and great to have you all on the show. We're back underway. Let's get back to the racing. Right out of that slot, slider there by Hagwood, and it looks like Shriver's trying to put him down there on the bottom. He doesn't want him going anymore. Rubbing racing there out of turn 2. Oh, and for the first time, Hagwood is being challenged for the race lead tonight. Hagwood's going to try to sneak the slider in. Oh, he throws a haymaker at Shriver. Oh, Nuttleman gets tagged in there, and Stang goes for a collision course. Caution's back out. Well, that was a wild finish, and what happened to Chantel? I don't even know what happened there. Well, hold on a minute. What? Producer, get to work down there and get the replay up. You know when the PTM instant replay needs to come out, it needs to come out. Let's take another look at this one, see what happened here. So we're going to call this one right as we see it here out of turn 3 into 4. Let's see what's right here. Nudelman throws the haymaker. Agwood and Shriver are dealing with each other. Actually managed to keep it clear, and you can see actually right there, Chantel actually got loose off the corner. And Sonaker just completely takes a lick of the half on the front end there. And that Green Tech Energy number 5 Pottlez Wrapz Matt Bill's racing machine feels the full blunt and force and impact there. And that will reset and redo our drivers into their positions once again. So here we go. We still got a lot of laps left to complete here and not a lot of time to be messing around here. We still got 16 to go actually on the start. Great to have you all on board here tonight as well. Great crowd on hand and great folks here as well. It's great to have everybody tuned in with us. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. So here we go. Last time we saw Agwood and Shriver, they were literally side by side, neck and neck on the restart. But I think that was because Shriver was trying to hold Agwood down and not let him get the runs he was getting on earlier on. Will it happen here at the same time? Here we'll see as they come back to the green flag here. It flies high. We're back underway. Back him on down once again. Oh, this time not as hard there on the throttle does Pope or Cindy the closer Taylor. But it looks like Shriver still has a little bit of a run. He's going to put up the fight to Agwood. The undefeated one is in trouble. He is being challenged up. The Fox Racing 14 trying to hold it in there while Agwood tries to get away from him. He knows he's coming for him. The RCH there, 0-2 of Agwood has a pretty good start. Oh, no. And just like that, it can change on a dime, and the caution comes out once again. What on earth happened there, folks? We gotta take a look at that one. We saw it. We saw 14 get into the corner there. I'm not really sure if there was something wrong there with going into that turn or into that corner. We do know that's a tight corner because you're going from the grassy plains into the wall protection area. Let's see here. He got a big battle coming away around into the corner. He tries to dive it in too deep, tries to take a spot, takes the cone, and apparently cone lives don't matter to him. He just takes the cone and took the wall in the front end, just took a lick and a half, backed off, let the drivers go, but damage is already done, and I gotta believe a little bit of his, a little bit of the pride might be gone there too as well with him. Sydney the closer Taylor will now be up in the running. She will be the next contestant to take on Agwood here on the restart. Oaksey, Taylor, Pope, Hofford, Stang, Young, Nudelman, Pottle, Sonaker, and then Shriver are your drivers currently still on the field, ready to whip them up and fight him in. Still under caution at the moment. Lights are flickering away. The next time by, they will allow them to go back onto the restart zone. Tyler Agwood, an A-class driver. The second closest to him, the B-class of Shriver. Then you got Joe Nudelman in the C-class and a lot of D-class and some rookie drivers in here as well. But there is one thing that we can all say around here is that none of these drivers want to race like rookies or amateurs. They all want to put up a fight and try to show what they can do out on the track. Solid racing so far and some good battles. And next week when they go to Lanier, I guarantee you we'll see some action there and some hard runs there, because Lanier is a home for many drivers. We know the Throttle likes it down there. We know the Crusader likes it down there. Young even likes it a bit down there, and we know the Closer has a bit of runs down there, as well as Oaksey and Hofford. How will the new drivers be able to hold up against that? You'll find out next week here up on the show as we lay them waste, pace them down, stack them up and filed up. The Kings Ford 7 Taylor doesn't quite get the run she was looking for on the start as Agwood takes the early advantage away. They will run up through here. Oh no, a little bit of trouble there once again. Oaksy gets tagged a little bit, and there's bigger trouble right there. Big contact made in between there, and a huge lick and a half causes the count. Caution is out. So caution comes back out, unfortunately, because of that situation there, and that will set them up once again for another restart here in their position, and hopefully we will see a little bit more race action here in just a little bit. But let's take it down to the PTM Instant Replay here first and see what happened here exactly. Here is the replay in all of its glory. We're going to go on board here with the Crusader, just see what happened here. See right there, you can see up in the corner, you can see Pope getting a little loose in that area, and then, well, the craziness kind of happens right there and then. Obviously didn't want to do too much more damage up on that car, so that's why he backed off there. Smart thinking on the driver's ends to get out of the throttle when they have to. That's one thing in dirt that is very crucial. The same with asphalt is getting out of the throttle when you know there is no ground or time to be making mistakes out there. So now Matthew Hoffert, last time he was in this position in this shot, he won his first ever race with Pottlez Racing League, and right now he's looking to try to make way and make pace with that. He will corner it out around here and look his way through, possibly giving himself a bit of a chance in a fighting position. But he's got a long, hard haul for this one. He's going to try to hang with him and hang pace here. Pace truck is coming off this time by, looking for the green flag. Final laps maybe coming their way here. We'll see what happens here as they bring him back around. Roundabout, 3 wide already out of turn 1 and 2 there. Oaksy gets into a little bit of corners. These guys piled up back behind him there, and they set them way back into the field. Joe Edelman pushed back a little bit, not having any chance there. Matthew Hoffert up front, trying to put up the fight, putting up the chance here to get his way into it, trying to get up to Hagwood. He knows time's running out. He needs some help here. Sidney the Closer Taylor and Chantel Throttle Pottle putting up a little bit of a war, a little duel, if you will. The ladies of the field in the sport are going to throw down here out of the front, on the back straightaway out of turn 2. You can hear the redlining on one of those cars. I think that might still be the Crusader out there redlining that thing. Right back about here, out of yet again. Warren Young side by side there with the 14. Has to work a little bit in that momentum. Brian staying there in the City Chevrolet, trying to put up the boot, trying to put up the fight, trying to see if he's got something left in the tank. Putting up a good run here, side by side here. Stang and Shriver at it here. Shriver's going to try to go down low. I think he's looking for the slider. Can he corner it off? No, he stays to the bottom like he's trying to get. I think he still thinks there's something down there. Sidney the Closer Taylor and the 5 of Chantel Throttle Bottle seem to think so. Hagwood right now is just running away from Hoffert. Hoffert has nothing left there. If he can't get something pissed, if he can't push it up a little more, fresh, clean air for Hagwood is just setting him up. The Kings Ford 7 and Taylor falling back a little bit here. Couldn't quite keep up the fight. The 2 there of Brian Stang trying to hold out, trying to make even way. Got a whole field of drivers right behind him. Position him back in now. Cindy goes down low, tries to give a little bit more momentum there out of the corner, trying to stay in a perfect place in the area. Maybe there is something left in there, we're not sure, but Hoffert right now definitely knows if he doesn't get something figured out soon, he might just have lost this one because there is not a lot of time left. Matter of fact, there really ain't any time left. This is the white flag now coming out as they fly him high. One more time around out of turn 1 into 2 here. The 2 of 14 and 7 will go to work here. Stang, Shriver, and Taylor trying to head it. The Throttle, Pottle, and Hoffert have pretty much locked up the spots as long as they can make one more good turn, one more big move there, coming out of the area of turn 3 and 4. But out of turn 3 and 4, He will remain undefeated. Tyler Hagwood, the 0-2, is taking another trip to victory lane. Can anybody stop this cat? Can anybody take him down? That is the question everyone's asking this entire season. Whether it be just a little bit of some breaks here and there with the runs, or a little bit of a little help or two from those cautions, or maybe it's just a little bit of a area of play when it comes to how the track's presented. It just seems like Hagwood just dials that car in every single time and has no troubles there whatsoever. As now they are celebrating out here. The number 1 of Warren Young, the Exalta, brings it out. Doesn't want to take out the 0-2. It's damaged up there. As you see that 14 coming across here. Moving away here. Whoa! Wait a minute! What is he doing? What the hell did the 14 just do there? Well, that whole right front spilled broke him like it looked like a modified out there. He tore that thing apart. He ends up tagging Hagwood. I'm not sure if Hagwood appreciates that too much. Well, he apparently still runs. I think we enjoy more of the shenanigans these guys come up with at the end, the way that we do the actual race sometimes. Oh man, well, here's your final results here. Round 4 of 6 is in the books. Tyler Hagwood takes this one home. Second goes to Matthew Hoffert. Third to Chantel Throttle Bottle. Fourth to Brian Stang. Fifth to the Crusader Christian Shriver. Sixth to Cindy the Closer Taylor. 7 to Warren Young. 8th to Jeffrey Oaks. 9th to Derek Pope. 10 to Joe Nuttleman and Dustin Sonaker. Sparky gets 11th to round out your field here tonight. Well, that's going to about wrap it up here tonight, and give credit where credit's due. The drivers Hoffert getting second place after his finish he had last season. Definitely strong showing to try to defend his title here. Chantel getting another top 3 finish, managing to stay in there. Brian Stang throw everything he could to the wall and to the wire. Wasn't quite to be. What are these guys doing down there? I don't know what kind of show we're watching right now. This is not a demo derby in enduro, but apparently these guys are having too much fun tearing these cars apart. Hey, wait, I think he's trying to flip them over. Well, ladies and gentlemen, round 4 of 6 is out and in the books. And it couldn't be made possible without our help from Maconi Setup Shop. Only the best and fastest setups come from Maconi Setup Shop. Visit up their website, MaconiSetupShop.com, to find the right setup for your next race. Buy Pottlez Wrapz. If you want your vehicle to match your style on the track, visit Pottlez Wrapz for just that. The most affordable designs made at your leisure. And then, of course, buy Grid Finder. Grid Finder is the best way to find your new league. Filter your search by race day or geographical region, gaming platform, racing sim, and car class. Need a broadcaster, live designer? Search Grid Finder, the home of online racing. And for all of us here at PTM Racing TV, thanks again for everyone tuning on in. Great show from the dirt drives as usual. Great to have everybody back on board. We love you guys, and until next time, when the green flag flies, be safe, God bless, take care. We still have one more race coming our way. Don't forget about that. Good night for now, everybody.